The president is headed to the NATO meeting at The Hague in the Netherlands. He talked on departure at some length. Here is early dawn, President of the United States at the White House as he's headed to Marine One. Roll tape, please.
I'm not happy that Israel's going out now. There was one rocket that I guess was fired overboard. It was after the time limit, and it missed its target. And now Israel's going out. These guys got to calm down. Ridiculous. I didn't like plenty of things I saw yesterday. I didn't like the fact that Israel unloaded right after we made the deal. They didn't have to unload. And I didn't like the fact that the retaliation was very strong. But in all fairness, Israel unloaded a lot. And now I hear Israel just went out because they felt it was violated by one rocket that didn't land anywhere. That's not what we want, I'll tell you. And I'm telling you, I'm not happy about that, Israel, either. All I do is play both sides. I'm going now, as you know, to NATO. Some of you are going with me, and I think it's going to be successful. We'll see. I'll let you know.
Are you going to be the agreement? It's a new dawn in the Middle East. Thanks to the agreement you managed to achieve. What are your future plans for the region, for Saudi Arabia, Israel, Gaza, the hostages?
Look, you're asking me about women in the Middle East. It's getting a lot better. Things are happening at a high level. As you know, Saudi Arabia's done a really good job. It's coming out far faster than I thought. So we're very happy about what's happening with women in the Middle East.
No, I'm talking about a new dawn in the Middle East that you managed to achieve last night.
Yeah.
The region is going to a new place with this agreement. Can you tell us what's your future plans for Gaza, for the hostages?
Yeah. It's a new dawn. I appreciate the question. You're very nice. Who are you?
Thank you. I'm Neria Kraus from Israeli Channel 13 News.
Well, we have to have Israel calm down because they went on a mission this morning. I got to get Israel to calm down now.
Did you get to speak with the Prime Minister? Did you talk to Prime Minister Netanyahu last night?
I speak to everybody.
You urge both sides not to violate the ceasefire, but reports coming from the region suggest that the sides accuse each other for violating the ceasefire. So
I think they both violated it. I don't think I'm not sure they did it intentionally. They couldn't rein people back. I don't like the fact that Israel went out this morning at all, and I'm going to see if I can stop it. So as soon as I get away from you, I'm going to see if I can stop it, okay?
Have you spoken to him this morning? How confident are you that Iran's capabilities have been completely demolished?
I think it's been completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job.
Can you rebuild its nuclear program?
Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone.
Iran violated the peace agreement, the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you have to respond to Iran?
All right, the president, as you see, talked at some length. There are two things we didn't show you from that exchange with the pool. One is he bashed the media, including Comcast, at some length. And then here's the money soundbite, slightly censored, that's being played around the world.
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
All right. Sean, why is the president attacking Israel?
Because he's pissed. He thought he got a deal. He exhibited, I think, tremendous restraint yesterday, the Iranians fired those missiles at a base of ours. Again, they gave us a heads up. It was, minimal damage, and I think they needed to save face. And the president could have used that as an excuse to fire back. And I don't think anybody would have thought he was unjustified, but he exhibited tremendous restraint, and he expected the same of Israel, to maintain the spirit of the ceasefire. And for them to go out, I get they're pissed. I get they're upset. He feels like, hey, I went and bombed the heck out of these guys. I did all your bidding. And you guys, the least you could do is maintain the ceasefire or the appearance and the spirit of it. So I get why he's pissed off. I think the Israelis wanted to use that 12-hour period to the full extent that they could. But I understand his frustration. You don't work that hard and get to a place and then watch the allies that you're trying to support do things that might tear it apart.
Dan, Middle East peace deals usually have these last gasp attacks by both sides. It's not uncommon. Do you think that the Israelis will care that the president's mad, or will it affect their actions?
Yeah, I think they will, because as Sean said, Trump helped them out. I mean, I think Trump initially gave them the green light, months ago to proceed with this, and they knew that they have his support. And I think, look, the one thing that was kind of awkward last night, when after Trump put it out, was that both the Iranians and the Israelis were initially silent. And usually when you announce a deal, everybody announces the deal. Everyone puts their statements out. Okay, Trump goes first, and then you would have expected Netanyahu and I guess the Ayatollah to put statements out shortly thereafter, but they didn't. So I think, the fact that they kept going back and forth, even after that was kind of telling. And I was like, oh goodness, I hope that this is not, going to just collapse. But look, if there's a couple last shots on the islands after this thing is over, so be it. Let's hope that's it.
All right, let me run through the...
Mark, can I just be clear? Because unlike you, I do read the chat. I'm reading some of Michael Granhoff's comments here. And I just want to be clear, like, the question that was posed by Mark to me is, why is Trump pissed? I'm explaining it. I'm telling you why he's upset. I understand if you're living in Israel, as Michael and others do, like, hey, your view is screw this. Like, here's what Iran has done. I get it. I'm not telling you it wasn't justified. I'm not telling you shouldn't still be extremely frustrated and wanting to take them out. I get that. I'm trying to explain to you, and I think the ethos of the program is to give people an insight into why things are happening. So I appreciate everything that Michael and the folks on the ground are going through and dealing with. I sympathize with you tremendously, but I want to explain why the president is frustrated.
Yeah.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.